Hi everyone, welcome back to the Learning Mindset. I am Teacher Don, and today we're diving into one of my favorite topics, how technology help manage your classroom. I know that classroom management is very challenging dahil kahit gaano pa kaplanado yung lesson mo, there's that possibility that your lesson can go south. But with a few easy-to-use tech tools, you can keep your class organized, engaged, and most importantly, under your control. So why should we even bother using tech tools for classroom management? Required ba talaga na dapat yung klase mo ay infused with technology all the time? Masasabi mo ba na ang isang pagtuturo ay pangit or hindi effective kapag walang ICT integration? Well, here's the thing. Technology doesn't replace good teaching, but it can definitely enhance it. It can help you save time, keep your students engaged, and help you track their progress more easily. Plus, with students being so tech-savvy these days, it makes sense to meet them where they're most comfortable. The key is finding the right tools for you and for your classroom. And today, I'm going to show you some practical, easy-to-use examples. Disclaimer, ang mga tech tools na babanggitin ko sa episode na ito ay mga suggestions lamang at hindi naman required. Ang hindi paggamit sa mga ito ay hindi nangangahulugan na ikaw ay hindi magaling sa iyong pagtuturo. Ang mga tech tools na ito ay naaayon sa kakayahan ng iyong klase at ng iyong eskwelahan. Let's start with tech tools that help you stay organized. Because keeping track of assignments, schedules, and student progress can be a lot. But these tools make it simple. First up is Google Classroom. Isa ito sa pinakaginagamit natin mga teachers dahil una, it's free to use. I love this tool because it's so versatile. You can post announcements, assignments, and quizzes all in one place. It's a virtual counterpart of the in-person classroom kaya madali lang siyang i-set up. In Google Classroom, students can submit their work digitally and you can give feedback right away or immediately. It's also easy to organize everything by topics or by weeks, which helps students stay on track without constantly asking you, what is the assignment about? When is it due? Is it graded? Because in Google Classroom, your students can find this information easily. Another option for this is Trello. This is a project management tool that works perfectly for classroom organization. Dito pwede kang mag-create ng mga boards for different units or topics, add lists for assignments, and set deadlines. In the previous years, I used this to track both my lesson plan and student submissions. And you can also track your timeline and deliverables as a teacher. Ang kagandahan din ito is that it's so easy to collaborate with your colleagues. You can plan together, organize, and collaborate in real time, and you can easily get input or feedback from them. Plus, it's also very easy for you to keep track of the deadlines and submittables from your students. Next, let's talk about behavior management. Contrary to what other people say, that in behavior management, hindi na kailangan ng tech tools. Tama naman, but the question is, how are you going to manage something if you have no way of monitoring, right? Technology can be a powerful ally in this context when it comes to keeping students on task and reinforcing positive behavior. Kailangan natin yan dahil sa panahon ngayon, there's just too many stimuli that can easily distract our students. And reinforcing positive behavior is crucial in keeping them on task. And one of the most popular tools for this is Class Dojo. I did talk about this in my previous episode. However, it was just in passing. So here's a more in-depth explanation. Class Dojo is like a digital behavior tracking system wherein pwede kang mag-award ng mga points sa students mo for things like participation, teamwork, following directions, punctuality, and marami pang iba. You can even just come up with your own awards actually. And the best part is that your students can see their points in real time. And parents can get updates about their child's progress too. It's a great way to promote accountability and motivate students to stay in their best behavior all the time. And the best part is that the parents can feel that they are on board with the education of their children. Another tool I love is Remind. This app allows you to send quick reminders and updates to students and parents. Pwede ka mag-set ng reminders for homework, upcoming tests, or even behavior reports to parents. What's great is that it keeps communication open and accessible so that everyone is on the same page. You can also start conversations with individuals or groups of up to 10 people. And the best part is that pwede kang mag-set ng office hours mo to show your students and parents the best time to reach you. And you can disable replies when a conversation comes to an end. Para naman you can have your own personal time after school hours so that you can enjoy your dinner, enjoy watching your favorite show without being constantly disturbed with messages from parents. Now, let's focus on tools that help you track student progress. This is important for staying on top of how each student is doing academically and behaviorally. Dahil sa dami ng inaatupag natin, madalas hindi na natin ito napagtutuunan ng oras or pansin. But first, bakit nga ba importante that you keep track of the performance of your students? This is because one of our roles as teachers is to support our students in the areas that they need an extra push. That's why keeping tabs of your students' performance will enable you to identify areas where your support is needed so that you can come up with proper intervention. I'm sure many of you are familiar with Google Forms. It's an amazing tool for quick assessments. You can create quizzes, exit tickets, or surveys, and it automatically collects and organizes the data for you. This will give you a real-time insight of the student's understanding of the lesson and helps you adjust your teaching accordingly. Of course, pen and paper is undoubtedly effective in checking for understanding. But if you want to get more data aside from scores, such as percentages and other insights, Google Form can easily do that for you in seconds. Next is Flubaroo. If you use Google Forms for quizzes, you should definitely check out Flubaroo. It's a Google Sheets add-on that automatically grades student work and gives you a detailed breakdown of how the class performed. This is perfect for conducting student work analysis protocol or yung tinatawag nating SWAP. This way, you can spot any patterns and see which areas need more focus. Plus, it makes you more reflective in your teaching na nakatutulong para maging constant yung pag-improve mo bilang isang guro. Ang sabi nga ni John Dewey, we do not learn from experience. We learn from reflecting on experience. Now, let's talk about engagement. Keeping students involved in the classroom is a big part of classroom management, and tech tools like Kahoot and Quizlet can make it easy to create fun and interactive lessons. With Kahoot, you can turn any lesson into a game. It's a great way to review key concepts or assess student understanding in a fun and engaging way. Yung mga students natin, they love competing with each other, and it helps reinforce learning without it feeling like a traditional pen and paper test, which can be very stressful for students. This is where you can use Kahoot. It is best for checking of understanding and review of key concepts na itinuro mo sa klase, para hindi lang laging pen and paper, which can cause a lot of anxiety sa students natin. Kung narinig mo na yung salitang gamification in the classroom, Kahoot is one of the tech tools for that. Up next is Quizlet. I think marami nang gumagamit nito since it was first introduced in 2007. In Quizlet, you can create digital flashcards or interactive study sets for students to use for review or revision. It is especially helpful for vocabulary or key terms, and students can study at their own pace kasi ibibigay mo lang yung link ng Quizlet na ginawa mo, and they can study on their own as an individual or as a group. Quizlet can help develop in our students the ability of independence and self-direction because they get to study at their own pace. Para ma-develop din in the long run yung study habits nila, para hindi lang sila nakaasa sa atin. So if you haven't used Quizlet yet, I highly encourage that you check it out. So again, these tech tools that we discussed today are supposed to help you stay organized, manage behavior, track students' progress, and keep your students engaged. Although hindi naman siya talaga required, pero I hope we see that technology can be a great ally when it comes to classroom management. And there you have it. Some simple yet powerful tech tools that can help you manage your classroom more effectively. Whether it's staying organized, tracking behavior, monitoring progress, or keeping your students engaged, these tools can make a world of difference. And remember, You don't have to use all of them at once. Start with one or two and see how they work for your classroom. The goal is to make your life easier and create a more structured, fun, and effective learning environment for your students, and not the other way around. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Learning Mindset for more tips on elevating and enlightening your teaching practice. Also, I'd love to hear from you. What tech tools are you using in your classroom? Drop your answers in the comments below. And for topic suggestions that you would like me to cover or talk about in the next episode, drop them in the comments as well. Muli, ako po si Teacher Don na nagsasabing, the best way to learn is by having a learning mindset. See you in the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe.